What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So yesterday we experienced something very interesting where a tech company, Crowdsource, they actually had some technical difficulties with some Microsoft services with one of their products. And as a result, we saw a lot of different companies, airlines, banks. We saw the Department of Justice. We've seen different transportation authorities. They shut down. They couldn't get people moving because their systems were down. Well, here's what we discussed yesterday. This was something that was just an error. It was a simple fix, or it was supposed to be a simple fix. They found the problem, found the fix, and they resolved most things. Here's the issue. We now have opened the door to seeing more and more of these issues and glitches. That's a problem. I want to read you a couple comments that I received, because these are things that people were not expecting this. Again, this wasn't a cyber attack. This was a simple glitch, but now people are on high alert that what if it's a cyber attack? What if something like this were to happen again? What do we do at that point? Well, listen to a few of these comments. Here's one. This person says, "This was a complete mess. I couldn't take any money out of my bank account and nobody had any idea why. All they kept telling me was that it looked like my account was inaccessible. I'm just glad that I didn't need the money right then." Think about this for a second. You're out and about, maybe you're having dinner and you just need some money. You're gonna pull some money out of the ATM machine, but you can't because the ATM machine isn't working, or your card, the bank says there's no money in it. That's what people experienced just yesterday. Here's another one. "My flight out of Seattle was delayed by an hour, which caused me to miss my connecting flight, which put me into Miami more than 12 hours later after I was supposed to be there. I missed a very important meeting as a result of this incident. My guess is I did not get the job." So somebody had a job interview, I'm guessing, and they missed it. Think about that. Think about how one moment in time, one little IT error causes you to miss a flight, or your flight's delayed by 1 hour, and you get into your destination city, you get it there 12 hours late, and you miss a very important meeting. That could haunt you for the rest of your life. Here's another one. "Seeing all the people have a hard time in their daily lives because of this little update has me very, very concerned. What if a true cyber attack were to happen? Then what would we all do?" Now, this is something I've been bringing up for some time. What if we experience this? What if we see a simple cyber attack? Something minimal. It's not going to attack, cloud computing. It's not going to attack Microsoft. What if it goes after, just our transportation systems, right? The airlines. Now you're supposed to get on a flight at, let's say, gate C5, and all of a sudden they switch it up, and now you're on a different gate. People are missing flights left and right. That's all it takes, right? Just what we've seen right here. But this is the one I really want to talk about. This person left a comment, and we went back and forth on this one. I want to read it to you and explain why this one right here has me very concerned. This is the biggest concern I see facing us at this time. And keep in mind, it's because we have these increased tensions with Russia, with China, even with Iran, okay? That's the reason why. But listen to this comment, okay? Here's what it says, and I quote, "Talk about cash is king. I hardly ever carry cash with me when I travel, but today I thought it was a good idea. Good thing I did. My rental car company had my card on file, but they needed me to pay for the rental. The only problem was that their system was down. They were not accepting any cards. So I paid a little more than $300 in cash to get the car. Just think, if you were away from home and stranded because you couldn't pay with a card." Now, I've had this happen to me before where my cards weren't working. Every single one, for some reason, was like deactivated. It wouldn't work. And so the only way I could do anything was pay with cash. I only had a little bit, but the cash was able to get me closer to home. And so I wasn't stranded. But that's something that's happened before. But think about this. You go out for breakfast, right? Lunch, dinner, and you are supposed to pay for it. Well, guess what? If your card doesn't work, how do you pay for it? You just tell the restaurant, oh, my card doesn't work and I'll just come back later. Most restaurants be like, no, we need you to pay for this now. I can't have you leaving. Somebody needs to be here. Okay, you have to stay here. You can call somebody else. They can bring you your wallet or your money, but you can't leave. Think about that. Or think about this for a second. Let's say you are in a parking garage and you have to pay for the fee, right? And I actually had a friend just recently that he couldn't get out of the terminal over at SeaTac because he couldn't afford the fee. So somebody had to come over there, pay for him so he could get his car out, right? And now whether he could afford it or it just was too much for his card, I don't know. But things like this happen all the time. Now, the reason why I bring all this up though is because just yesterday, and after we found out, what was going on yesterday morning, a lot of people were asking, could this get worse? Could we have a ripple effect from what just happened today? And the answer is yes. And even we heard this from so many different companies where they were talking about how the effects are going to be somewhat lingering. This is going to come from the healthcare facilities as well. Those that had to push back elective surgeries. Guess what? They had to push those back. There were no surgeries yesterday, right? Boston's Mass General, the Children's Hospital out of Cincinnati, both those had to delay all elective surgeries because they couldn't do it, right? The system was down. And because of those things, and again, this is why I bring it to your attention, it's a one-day event, right? It just happened. Say only shut the hospitals down for, let's say, 3 hours. That was it. Here's the problem. It shuts you down for 3 hours, but now if they get shut down all day or they push back schedules or, times 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, it pushes everything back. Everything. So same with flights. People are delayed. They can't get from this destination to that one. So the stuff that they're waiting on at that destination has to get pushed back a few hours as well. Again, it's just a lingering effect. And some believe that this could actually linger for the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's a problem. Now, here's what I want to leave you with. The threats that we are currently facing, these cyber attacks that we are currently facing, right, that are looking us dead in the eye, well, these could happen sooner rather than later. According to the FBI and Homeland Security, they have both stated multiple times that the U.S. should be on high alert. If you see something, say something. Now, it's hard to see a cyber attack coming, but this is something that we can try to prevent, right? Now, we are not going to see a mass attack and where it comes to your personal email. That's not what we're going to see. What we are likely going to see is something is going to target a system, our infrastructure, right? Some bridges, toll roads, where you could see the roads look like they are shut down, right? Our timed lights could be shut off. We could have a mass casualty event on a freeway because of red lights, green lights, right? They change all of a sudden. We could see something happen to the airlines, okay? To the traffic controllers. These are things that are, again, serious, but these are things that could happen. All we know right now is the expectation is as we get closer to this upcoming election on November 5th, the events that we could see, the potential cyber attacks and the threats are going to be more prevalent. So just be aware of that all this stuff is happening, all right? So I will leave you with that, but understand at this point, what we saw yesterday could just be the beginning. Again, that was not a cyber attack. That was a simple update error. But the concern is, what if we do see a cyber attack and it does affect more and more people? It could impact millions of people. And the problem is, we may not have a simple fix because, again, it was an attack, not a simple update. So as we get more information on this, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.